In 1938, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster basically created superheroes with Action Comics #1, the first appearance of Superman. And 80 years later, he's never gone away, with countless comics, cartoons, TV shows, and of course movies expanding the mythology of Krypton's last son. But I'd be lying if I said he was ever a favourite of mine. I did have the costume as a kid, caught bits of the movies on TV, and enjoyed the Fleischer cartoons on VHS, but he never particularly stood out to me. I was always more of a Spider-Man guy, and with the general lack of positive media exposure to the character, it was easy to be swayed by the consensus among non-comic fans. He's too powerful, he's boring, he never faces any challenges. Hell, this scene in Kill Bill was played to me in a writing class to demonstrate why the character fundamentally doesn't work. And if you're watching this, Steve, maybe stop playing this bit. It's literally a psychopath saying all of this, and he fundamentally misses the point of Superman. Anyway, I won't talk too much about Zack Snyder's take on the character, largely because I haven't seen those films in a while, but in short, the DCEU Superman just never connected with me. I found it too dour, too convoluted, and even after spending 2.5 films with this character, I still don't know what Henry Cavill's Clark Kent wants or believes. The fact he barely gets any dialogue and is almost instantly sidelined by Batman doesn't help. But I just never felt like I knew who this character was, and the overly grim tone just never felt right for a character who's meant to embody hope. Maybe the Snyder Cut solves some of these issues, I don't know, I've not watched it, but it's safe to say that as much as I like Henry Cavill as an actor, I was ready for a fresh start. Which is why when James Gunn was first attached to the Superman reboot, I was really excited. It was a chance to meet the character again and finally see what I felt had been lacking from the previous versions. And having seen the film twice, I can safely say I'm a Superman fan. Superfan? No, God no. Set 3 years into Superman's career and 3 centuries into this new DC universe, the film follows Clark as he struggles to clear his name and reconcile his human and alien heritage. And although the film has been out for a couple weeks, that's as much as I'll say without delving into spoilers. It's a simple story, but it travels far with many set pieces, subplots, and characters, and yet it all feels important. Even with multiple heroes in the cast, each one gets a standout moment without ever detracting from Superman's journey. Mr. Terrific is definitely the show stealer, with his cool demeanour and constant frustration that no one is as smart as him. Plus, he gets a pretty cool needle drop moment. Nathan Fillion is always hilarious, and Isabella Miraced continues to be a great rising star. And amazingly, they made Krypto work on film. I don't even like dogs, and I liked Krypto, so I guess they succeeded. All around, the cast is fantastic. Rachel Brosnahan is an incredible match for David Correnswet and a great character in her own right. Jimmy Olsen is so much fun, as are the rest of the Daily Planet, and yes, Nicholas Hoult just owns it as Lex Luthor. He's believable as a public-facing tech billionaire, but when the third act hits and he unravels into complete madness, he is amazing and so damn hateable. Seriously, he's just despicable in the best way possible. A pathetic egotist hiding behind wealth and lies? I see why MAGA doesn't like this movie. But let's get to the main man himself, David Correnswet. He obviously looks the part, but seeing him in action, it's clear we have a star in the making. He's the eternal optimist, sometimes naive, but always striving to do the right thing just because it's the right thing. He struggles, he messes up, he's not always right, he's a human being. And that is at the core of one of the film's most powerful scenes. I love the little touches to his character, like the fact he clearly grew up in a household where he couldn't swear, and his little interactions with the public showing he's not a god looking down on us as he's often framed. He's a Superman the world needs right now, and it's embarrassing that a film that preaches kindness is considered woke now. The action is fantastic, the CGI and sets blend beautifully, and I love how unashamedly comic booky this is. They aren't afraid to lean into the sillier sci-fi stuff, as we get to see monsters, aliens, and interdimensional imps as just an everyday sight. It does such a good job with this that I don't think you needed the line explaining Clark's hypno glasses. This universe is weird enough, I think the disguise would probably work. James Gunn showed with Guardians of the Galaxy that he could take ridiculous ideas and put them on screen with real heart and soul. And he's done it again here, bringing Superman back, trunks and all. This guy made us care about a tree and a talking raccoon. Why were you guys worried? It's a surprisingly emotional story in places, with some really powerful images and speeches, and yet it's properly funny. There's some great running gags and lines of dialogue with that signature Gunn wit, but the jokes never get in the way of the drama, and when a story that goes to some dark places and some clear real-world parallels, it manages its tone really well. Superman has always been a political character, and in a world that now has actual supervillains, I think it's important he continues to reflect the politics of the time. He's a beacon of hope in a cynical world. I think we need that right now. As for negatives, the pacing did feel slower on a rewatch, and there is a fair bit of exposition to establish this world, which I can see putting some people off. Like any version of Superman, some will love it, some won't, and that's fine. I definitely prefer it to the Zack Snyder films, but I know plenty of people who really vibed with that version, and all power to them. But I hope that those still mourning Henry Cavill in the role still give this new film a chance. But aside from that, I had a great time with Superman. Fun, emotional, and unashamedly silly, this is a Superman for the 2020s. There was something so refreshingly earnest and hopeful about this new take, and I hope David Correnswet continues in this role for years to come. For the first time in a long while, the future of DC on film is very bright. Hi, showing up at the end of a video again. Don't usually do that, I'm not going to make a habit of it, but this is a new kind of video. I just kind of wanted to get something new out, experiment with some different subject matter, because I did a bit of Marvel last year, and that did pretty well, so I thought, well, jump into DC. Might do a little bit more Marvel coming up because we've got Fantastic Four, but if you like these mini reviews, I can see if I can carry on making them, see if there's any interesting films coming up, and see if I've got anything interesting to say about them. And let me know if you want to see them scripted, non-scripted. Just let me know what you thought of this, and I'll see if I can do it again, or better. just want to try out different things. If you did stay to the end, thank you for watching the video, and see you when I see you.